What it do? What it do? What it do? Salute to everybody. Come on in. I know I'm a little early, but got to get everything situated. So I came on a few minutes early. All right. Is that okay with y'all? Since y'all in the building, I saw y'all in the building. So I said, you know what? Psh, I'll come on over and get this shit straightened out. All right. Go ahead and send these notifications. This a link to my man Ronnie. All right, what's going on, everybody? All right, Ray Patterson, what's going on? The fans corner. Lee J. Lee, the chosen one, is up in here. We got Bole up in the building. What's going on with you, brother? Salute to you. Woo. MPTWF. What's going on, my brother? AD Alvin Davis is up in here. Chase Money is in the building. Young World is up in here. What's going on, Young World? All right. We got my man, my right hand man, my left hand man. We got Shout Out Finance is up in here. Yes, sir. Wishing you the best. OG, working but listening. Yes, sir. I know. You be on it, baby. You be on it. We got my love, my grace, my queen. We got Cassandra up in here. What's going on, Cassandra? Salute to you. All right. I appreciate you. All right. We got Money Brown, Team D, Money the God. He's in here. What's going on, Money Brown TV? I rock with Money. I fuck with Money Brown. Yes, sir. We got Little Rick. What's going on, Little Rick? Greetings from the south side of Houston. Oh, baby. We got another Houston brother about to come in here. Yes, sir. Ronnie Shields will be in the building. All right. Yes, sir. We got James. What's going on, James? Salute to you. All right, Jay. Yes, sir. We got my man, New Media. Today, U.S. Boxing. Yes, sir. All the way from Florida. Yes, sir. I mean, it's hot there, baby. But hell, we getting there, baby. We getting there. Yeah, I got short sleeve shirts on. See? We getting there. All right. We just 48 degrees today. That's all. We getting there, though, but that's like a heat wave for us. Mr. Mechanical. What it do, baby? What it do? What it do? What it do? All right. Yes, sir. Who else we got up in here so far? Okay, Mr. Mechanical, I did get your question. Okay. So I'm only taking one question that anybody that put in there. And W_ right side is up in the building. What's going on, right side? I appreciate you. I caught that cash app. Thank you, my brother. And that cash app. Oh, app. Wow. Yes, sir. All right. So let me see who else we got up in here. All right. Okay, Ronnie already had a link. I already talked to Ronnie, and he's finishing up with Jamal workout. So he'll be with us shortly. Okay, because he has a fight coming up. So he's taking care of Jamal first. All right. So Jamal comes in, I think he said 11:30 to 1, but they started early today because of the interview. So all right, so he'll be here in a minute. All right. Okay. So anyway, who else we got up in here? Okay, we got Vince Williams is up in here. What's going on, Vince? Salute to you. All right. Salute to everybody coming in here today. Now keep in mind, I won't be singing the super chat songs, okay? For the simple fact, I don't want to, take up a lot of his time with that when we can go to like different questions and things like that. Okay, and now you don't have to put it in a super chat, but y'all know I'm blind, right? Y'all know I got to do this shit, right? Y'all can see me, y'all know how I do, right? But I appreciate the ones I try to post on the community page where you put the questions in, and a lot of people didn't get a chance to do it, but I did it anyway. And also, I will be calling the fights tomorrow afternoon, the Josh Warrington fight, and also we'll be calling the Showtime fight tomorrow. And then Monday, we got Trill Bill in here. He will be explaining what took so long for the contract to get signed, and also the cut and shorter pay. So he will be in here part 2 of this 2-part interview. So he want to explain a lot of things and get a lot of things off his chest, okay? Because there's been a lot of detractors out there, he called it, that misconception of this or that. But hey, you always welcome here, So hey, I don't mind, I'm just a little mom and pop's channel, come on over, Come on over, baby. What's up, Channel 979? What to do, baby? I ain't seen you in a while. What's going on with you? We got Donnell Clark Bay in the house. What's going on? I think Trill's still going on. I'm not for sure, but I think they still going. I saw a little early today, which is okay. But let me see who else we got up in here. So let me see what else. Okay. Well, while we waiting, Javante Tank Davis, y'all know what's going on with him, right? Money Mayweather is nervous. Money Mayweather is nervous because the so-called Javante Tank Davis, the so-called pay-per-view star, might be leaving their asses. Yeah, might be leaving their asses. Then what you got left? Rolly? What's up, Sippers Hill? What's going on, Bolay? What's happening with you? All right? Yes, sir. What's going on with you? Salute to you. Yes, sir. So Floyd and Leonard Allaby. Okay. I don't even know what makes him a promoter. Shit, I don't know. But anyway, Leonard Allaby is pretty much they kissing his ass about right now. They don't want him to leave. They don't want that money to leave. Now, like I said before, and I'm gonna say it again, Floyd was a great fighter. All right, I was a fan of Floyd Mayweather, Pretty Boy Floyd, before he came Money Mayweather. Money would have been a great trainer, but with his fucking ego, with his ass always on his shoulder, he didn't think that was good enough for him. He wanted to run the whole shebang. Well, you wrecked the shit. Okay. Sometimes you got to stay in your lane. Sometimes you got to do what you think that you know how to do. All right. Or you good at. All right. You're not good at being a promoter. Michael Jordan, Chicago, took us to how many NBA championships? He was the greatest, right? But he sucked as an owner. He sucked as a coach. You got to stay in your lane. But if you don't, oh, wow. Look what happens, right? But I'm not saying maybe Javante Davis might do the okie dokie, all right? And say, okay, I'll sign a 2-fight deal. I'll sign a 3-fight deal. But we also got Terrence Crawford. We also got Terrence Crawford. What's going on? Everything boxing is in the building. What's going on, baby? Salute to you, all right? Yes, sir. Salute to you. All right. So I know you coming on after me, and we'll try to get it. So I told him come on in whenever he get ready. So he'll be in a few minutes. So all right. So I already spoke with him and talked with him already. So, but anyway, but you got Terrence Crawford. Now this is the reason why Earl Spence said this fight is going to be easily be made. So hopefully, since we've been waiting 4 years. 4 years. I remember Black Fight Fan and Earl chopped it up. That was 4 years ago. Now here we go. Now, how many years later? Now, hopefully we get to fight in December. Hopefully we get a fight in December. Now, Brian McIntyre said that Bo Mac that said that hey, look, Terrence will be back in June. So therefore, hey, we might get it. We might get it. Because if he's going to fight in June, Earl already going to fight in April. He's not going to fight that fast. And so maybe, and just maybe, we can get a fight in December before the year is out. Because, see, I don't have no patience for another motherfucking year. I don't. We waited on on Floyd and Manny for 5 years. 5 years. We waited on that. I don't have the patience for that shit no more. I don't. No, sirree. So, so basically, that's how I look at it. So I'm glad for Terrence Crawford. Like I say, I don't have no personal stake in either fighter. I just want to see the fight. I just want to make sure this is a good fight, and let's get it popping. As far as Devin Haney, hey, when I talked to Bill, I say, look, hey, I wish the young man the best. It's for undisputed. If you got to take a little money, if you have to take less money, let me put it that way. And don't play hardball with that shit, okay? Because that was the holdup, all right? That was the holdup. Now, I wonder what Eddie was doing. Eddie was trying to negotiate up, right? And I'm like, why he not signing this contract? He said he'd go to Jupiter, right? But don't worry, Bill will explain everything to you. But that damn Eddie running around. Because, you know what promoters get, percentage-wise. So, he went, I want a little more money, but you're going over to Australia. you're going over enemy territory. And some people say it can't be done, that he might get robbed. But don't forget, Earl Spence went over into enemy territory. And he pretty much had to go in there and prove that, hey, look, I got to get on my square. I got to get in there and dominate. And I got to go in there and make sure that, I get the nod. Well, he went in there and did a little bit more than that. He didn't know he was going to break his eye socket. But, hey, that's it, So, and like my man Keon said, everything boxing. Like he said, it comes with the territory of boxing. The rematch clause is no rematch clause. You're getting less money, but you're getting a legacy. You're getting a legacy at a young age. You are fighting for all the marbles. So I would take a little less money. Yes, I would. What's going on, exclusive news? What's going on, my little nephew? Yes, sir. What's going on with you, baby? Salute to you. Yes, sir. My man, exclusive news inside is a good brother. And he's a boxer, too. All right? He's a very good boxer. All right? What I can see. What I can see, So what's going on, Ray Patterson? I see you, brother. Mr. Steele the Chin. What's going on, baby? What's happening with you? All right? Salute to you. All right? So Ronnie be here in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. All right. But anyway, but like I say, I know it's a lot of questions out there dealing with Jamal. And if you all seen ES News, you'll see that the Charlos was there filming with ES News Elliott. Reporting. I can't stand that damn nostril. Anyway, so he was there talking to Jamal. And Jamal was kind of like humming himself, like he's trying to grow up some, or he's scared. I don't know, either one. But Jamal was in there talking shit. If you go there, Jamel was in there talking, man, look, we prize fighters. We whoop your ass. We'll whoop that ass. This and that. I'm like, hey, calm down, dude. So I'm a Charlo fan. The Charlos are my favorite fighters. All right. I mean, they crazy as hell. Ain't no doubt about it. Yeah, they loopy. But I rock with them. They can fight. They can fight. What's up, Lamont Blake? What's going on with you, LB? Salute to you. All right. But they can fight. And they can fight real good. And, always been kind of high on them. But now it's time to step up, baby. And I will ask Ronnie about that. It's time to step up. And it's time, hey, be accounted for. About be accounted for. But now, a lot of people looked at that hot boxing with Mike Tyson a little bit different than I looked at it. I looked at it like, yeah, you're supposed to call out a fighter. Yes, that's what you do. But you don't have to get personal. All that shit don't work no more. All that ain't doing but making them pissed off and say, you know what? I'm not going to, I don't even, dude, I'm not going to even make money with you. And that's a turn off. So somebody got in Jamal's ear and said, man, that ain't the right to go. Where you at, cinnamon and all that shit? No, that ain't the right to go. All right. Don't listen to Mike Tyson about suck this, suck that. No, no. That ain't the route to go. All right. Sometimes you gotta, tone it down a little bit to get talking or a type of relationship where y'all can make a fight. And make a big fight. Hey, we both can make money. Then after that, okay, let's go. We go somewhere else. That's how, I would approach it. And I think that's how Jamal approached it. And Mike Tyson, like, say his name. Say, well, they know who they are. I've been calling them out for 5 years, this and that, blah, blah, blah. So, he wasn't trying to act like a tough guy, anything like that. So, but, it's all good. It's all good. So, that's what it is. Yeah. So, Little Rick said that I'm big on Jamal, but yes, he looked weak as hell in that Tyson interview to me. He didn't have to be ugly, but more forceful. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, he could have been more forceful, but I don't know if he wanted to rock the boat or not. Okay, we got my man in the building, Mr. Ronnie Shields. Let me pop him in here. There he go. What a dude, Ronnie.
Oh man, same old.
Same old, man. Yes, sir. We just talking about one of your fighters there, man. So
Oh
I'm
yeah.
one of your fighters because you had a whole lot of fighters, just like you had Mike Tyson. And first question, how you doing today?
Doing great, man. Doing really good.
Okay, I know you're probably busy. You got a couple fights coming up, and I know you got a couple fighters in the gym. Jamal is one,
Yeah.
and I want to talk to you about that because that fight I thought would have been a good fight with him and Jaime McGear, but that went sideways. But we'll get to that when we get to it. But first of all, I know about the training with you and Mike Tyson, and that been a long time ago. But the question that I want to present to you is this: has the training changed today from yesteryears, the days of Mike Tyson training? Would you train him like you trained him to fight Lennox Lewis? Okay, now today, will you train a different fighter a different way or the same way?
Well, it depends on the fighter's style.
Mm-hmm,
Every fighter have a different style, so
mm-hmm,
everybody don't have the same style. So I mean, and it depends on who they fighting. You have
mm-hmm,
to do, look, some of the old school stuff still work today. This is why Floyd Mayweather lasted so long in his career
mm-hmm,
because you know the old school stuff that he was taught.
mm-hmm,
He never stopped doing it, and I still see him showing other guys the same things that worked for him. So
mm-hmm.
so it's no different.
Mm. And speaking of Mayweather, do you see anyone right now that can pretty much on the road of beating his record 50 and 0 and fighting real competition and just go that distance? Or boxing have changed and came into a more political realm than just straight out boxing?
Yeah, it's more of a political realm now. And the reason for that is because you have so many different networks now. You know, and back then you really only had two. You had HBO and you had Showtime, and
Right.
ESPN regular. ESPN was really building fighters at that time. They
Mm-hmm,
wasn't really showing all the big fights because HBO had the money and Showtime definitely had the money. So, and ESPN was just coming up. They were showing just regular fights. But
mm-hmm,
today, you have so many streaming networks. Plus your Showtime is still big in boxing, and then you have the Zone, and then
mm-hmm,
you have Triller. Then ESPN is doing big things now also. So, you got a lot of networks, and and a lot of fighters are signed to those networks. So
mm-hmm.
a network want to promote the guy that they have a contract with. They don't want to just promote you on another network. They want to promote you on their network.
Right, right, and and I'm not trying to jump the gun, but I think that was the problem with Oscar De La Hoya issue. I know I see you laughing, right? Because I think we're on the same page with that because Oscar De La Hoya, I know because Golden Boy at one point in time had all the fighters, basically. Then a lot of those fighters left Golden Boy and went to PBC and a couple other places.
Actually, that's not right.
It's not okay.
PBC had Golden Boy to promote their fighters.
Oh, okay.
That's the way it was. And then when the split happened,
Hmm.
PBC took all of their fighters and they put them with Tom Brown at TGB. So Tom Brown stopped promoting. He's doing the stuff that Oscar was doing.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. Oscar was doing, or let me say this, Richard Schaefer was doing. I think,
Yes,
right,
yes,
because Richard
yes,
Schaefer, he's got Pro Bellum now, and he's doing a
yes.
pretty good job. What I can hear and what I can see,
Right.
So, but as far as the Jamal fight, as I thought and everybody else thought that Jamal had Jaime Miguel, that would have been a good fight. But now, of course, he's fighting Slaki, and
Yeah.
but Jaime Miguel, that was almost a done deal until Oscar came in and wanted the zone to have a piece of the pie,
Yes.
which well, Jamal fights on Showtime, which is Steven Espinosa, and I
Yeah.
guess he wasn't going for that because Jamal is the champion
Yes.
at 160. Now, uh, um, with Jamal, I will ask you this: would he be at 160 for a while, or will he be moving up to 168?
Well, the thing about Jamal is right now he's not having any trouble making 160. You
Oh,
know,
okay,
we just, the WBC have this like 3 month thing where you have to send them your weight in, and we
okay,
did that. We did that yesterday, and he was 175 pounds. So, and we 3 months out right now. So if he
okay.
can't lose 15 pounds in 3 months, that's a problem. So,
Wow.
so
Mm,
Jamal doesn't have a problem making 160. But to go back to the Mangear thing, they agreed to everything.
hmm
And then Oscar De La Hoya came in and said, well, I want the zone because they've been Mangear's, network. I want them to be a part of it. And Showtime say, look, we don't need you. We don't
hmm
need the zone. Why do we need the zone? We know how to promote our own fights on our network. We don't
hmm
need the zone. And to tell you the truth, if when you go back and you look at it, right,
hmm
you know, guys back, you have to go back to find guys that was real popular that can do a pay per view, a split pay per view.
hmm
And you said it earlier, Mike Tyson versus Lennox Lewis.
hmm
That's probably the last co promotion that split network that a pay per view was on. You know,
hmm
and Mangear and Jamal don't need to be on the split pay per view. That just doesn't make sense.
hmm
Because it's hard enough to generate on one network, but then you start putting it on two networks.
Yeah.
You can't generate funds for for that kind of fight to be on two different networks. It costs a lot of money to do that. And and the crazy thing about it is, it's Oscar De La Hoya wanting to get the zone involved in it. The zone, I don't think they was even worried about that fight as far as putting it on their network.
That's what
It's
I said
Oscar De
too.
La
Mhm.
Hoya. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Oscar De La Hoya. He's trying to satisfy these people, but these people like, that's just gonna cost us more money. We ain't pushing this. You pushing this, not us. But
Right.
really and truly, I just think that De La Hoya realizes one thing. After Ben Gill loses, then what is he gonna present to the zone? Because he don't have a whole lot to present to them right now. He
Right.
only have a few fighters that he can present to them that that they can make any money off.
hmm
So, I think it's just Oscar looking after Oscar and not looking after his fighter.
Bingo. Bingo. That's why I was saying that in the chat, I'm sure I did a couple days ago, that Jaime Gear and Jamal, Showtime, they all good. Oscar had a problem because the zone said, they really don't care about that. They don't, and Oscar wants him as a partner, but Oscar, like you said, is worried about Oscar because, like I said on my show, that if Jaime Gear goes, you have no one but Ryan Garcia. And Ryan Garcia is not going to be that type of fighter like Jaime Gear is, And Ryan
Right,
Garcia, we know his track record, and I don't know about the mental issues or anything like that on the
right.
inside. I don't know anything about that, but I know that he doesn't make a lot of fights. He drops out a lot of fights that he
Yes,
should be fighting, and he can sell himself better if he take these fights, So,
yes,
but now um, I had Samson on a couple about 3 weeks ago. He's the
yeah,
promoter of David Benavidez,
yes,
of course. Now that's a fight I would like to see between him and Jamal, but they different weight classes, you know.
yes,
And David Benavidez now talking about going to 175 because he can't get the fight with Canelo Alvarez.
Right.
and that would have been a good fight if him and Jamal. But like you say, Jamal is at 160 right now. Now, is there any issue at 160 that he would anyone that he would like to fight at 160?
Yes, he wants to fight Triple G. He wants to fight Barata. He wants to fight the winner of that fight. That'll be a
Mm-hmm.
great fight for him.
Right,
But the thing about it is, with Benavidez, when he had a belt, he lost his belt.
right.
So, Jamal is willing to go up to 168 to fight a champion, but not just to fight a fight just to say I went up to fight at 168 pounds. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't make sense, when he's a champion already at middleweight and he has
Mm-hmm.
no problems making middleweight. If he had a problem making middleweight, then it'll be, you know, easy to say, okay, let's go up to 168 and just stay there, you know. But if
Mm-hmm.
he can make 160 and he's a champion at 160, what's the sense in giving up your title when you don't have nobody to fight at 168? We want to fight Canelo also.
Mm-hmm.
Canelo was offered $45 million to fight Jamal Charlo, and he turned it down because he wanted to fight Bivol.
Wow.
So, he gave up a lot of money, but but look, it's on him. That's what he wants to do. But
Mm-hmm.
Jamal Charlo, his career is not going to stall because Canelo Alvarez won't fight. Which
Mm-hmm.
there's plenty of fighters out there.
See,
So
that's that's the issue, Ron. A lot of people is saying Jamal career is at a standstill.
well, he's not.
For the simple fact, huh?
He's not at a standstill.
Right. I mean, yeah, he got too lucky, and a lot of people say, okay, that's not a good fight for him. I think he can do better than that. But see, you can't make these guys fight you. You know,
Exactly.
and that's why I'm saying the business side, and that's why I've been trying to do a lot of interviews, which I'm trying to find out the business side, you know, uh,
Exactly.
boxing, because you can't make them fight you, but the governing bodies, they can. They can try to, at least, strip them or make them fight or make them, something can happen, you know. And now, I'm still stick on that topic, but Jamal was on a show called Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson.
Yes.
Did you get a chance to see that?
I haven't seen the whole thing. I just saw bits and pieces of it.
Okay. Okay. Now, a lot of people saying that Jamal pretty much looked like he didn't want to speak out on Canelo or none of the fighters in a bad way. Because Mike Tyson was kind of edging it on and,
Right.
telling him, do this and do that. And it seemed like Jamal, I'm saying, like I told everybody, it seemed like I think that was a good move because Jamal, hey, how you make a fight? You don't disrespect a guy. I mean, sure, that worked back then, yes.
Right.
But
Right.
you telling somebody suck this and fuck that and this and that,
Yeah.
they're gonna say, man, get out of here. But you want to
Yeah.
make money, you gotta humble yourself and say he's a great fighter, I would love to share the ring with him or something like that. I mean, you're a
Right.
punk, you know. So they say, they're saying that he looked like he was a beaten fighter, you know. Yeah.
well, well, here's the thing. Here's the
Mm-hmm.
thing. You know, Jamal Charlo is a really humble guy. And if
Mm-hmm.
you don't know him, then you wouldn't know that. You
Mm-hmm.
know, he respects Canelo Alvarez. He respects all the champions out there. You
Mm-hmm.
know, talking down against them, it's not going to get you anywhere. You
Mm-hmm.
know, at all. So the thing is, when when the fight was offered for Canelo, they offered $45 million to fight Jabal. He said no. Okay, no problem. So we go to the next best man, the number one guy in the division. That's Jaime Munguia. Okay,
Right.
so they offered them money. They agreed to all of the terms. Then all of a sudden, Oscar came back and said no. Okay, he wants the zone to be involved. And you know what? That's that's on them. It's not on Jamal. So you know what? They think that because now we're not fighting Munguia. First Canelo, now we're not fighting Munguia. Look, it's plenty of fighters. It's 15 fighters that's ranked in the top 15 in the world that we could choose from. So they went down the line, and Sulecki is the one that accepted the fight. So you know what? So that's who it is. So it's going, look, Jamal's career is going to keep going, whether he get the top guys or not. There's still plenty of guys to fight. He's
Mm-hmm.
not. This is boxing is a business, and we
Mm-hmm.
understand the business of it. We
Mm-hmm.
understand certain fights can be made and certain fights can't be made. Sometimes you have guys overprice themselves to try to make a fight. But that's business, and I understand the
Mm-hmm.
business of boxing. So, but you cannot fight guys through the media.
Right.
I mean, I think you'd be very stupid to fight guys through the media when if you call yourself being in this business, then you got to handle your business. You got people that handle your business for you. And for Jamal Charlo, that's Al Heyman.
Mm-hmm. Al Heyman, yes. Now, I'm looking in the chat there for a minute, and I'm not saying when I say humble yourself, I'm not saying that you cower down or anything like that, but just respect, recognize respect, show respect. That fighter, yes, but I'm bad too. You still can still speak up for yourself. You're like, nah, man, I can get him. I think, I'm quite sure I can get, like that. I'm not saying, your mama this or your mama that,
Right,
but let them know that hey, yeah, I'm a bad dude too, so
right,
he need to come over here and fight me, something like that.
right.
So that's what I was saying. But Bole, he's wanting have a question for you, Ronnie. He said, how do you prevent a letdown against a third choice opponent like Sulaki? Also, what is David Morrell's ceiling at 168?
Well, the first question against a third choice. You
Uh,
know, sometimes you have a third choice, sometimes you have a fourth choice, sometimes you have a fifth choice. Sulecki could have said no. Then you know what? Then we have to go down the line in the ratings. Like I say, it's 15 guys that you're able to fight, for the world title. As long as you're in the top 15 in the world, you eligible to fight for the world title. But every time guys turn it down, you go to the next guy, and you go to the next guy, and you go to the next guy, and that's the way it is,
mm,
you know. And as for David Morrell, he got a very high ceiling uh, at 168. You know, this kid, he's a young kid, and he only has like 9 fights right now, but he can fight, and he's a very very uh, good opponent for
mm,
anybody. With his style, this kid can fight anybody with the style and power that he has. But
mm,
he's a young guy, so I'm not sure how long he can stay at 168. He may within the next year be moving up to light heavyweight because he's a growing kid. He's young and he's growing. And I don't know how long he can keep 168, but for as long as he can keep it, we're gonna continue to do it. But he's fighting on June the 4th on
mm,
Showtime,
mm.
and he's fighting back in Minneapolis on that date. And we just got to keep him busy. I think he wants to fight him maybe 3, 4 times this year. So we want to try to keep him as busy as possible.
Mm, okay. Okay. All right. So now, uh, um, with Jamal and Canelo. Okay. Now, a lot of people say Canelo don't respect Jamal, and because he haven't been fighting him and this and that. But Jamal is showing more respect towards him than he's showing towards Jamal. How can he pretty much mitigate that, or pretty much? I mean, what can you do? You know.
No, there's nothing he can do. There's nothing he
Right.
could do. Like,
Mm,
I don't know a lot of guys turning down $45 million. Dude, I don't know if you know people turning down that kind of money, you
right.
know. So, look, we don't live by waiting on Canelo Alvarez. That's
Mm,
not, Jamal has a business. His business is boxing. He fight whoever they put him in the ring with. That's it, you know. And he has two people to answer to. He has Showtime to answer to because they're his network, and then Al Heyman handling his career. So they come up with, hey man, we're trying our best to get the Canelo Alvarez fight.
mm,
We're doing our best, and that's all you could ask the person to do. You
right.
can't make someone get in the ring with you and fight.
Mm,
It don't
right.
work that way. You know, if he feel that he could do better somewhere else, his business is better somewhere else, then that's
Mhm.
where he goes. It's simple as that.
Right. Okay. I was just wondering about that because Jamal on hot boxing, now Jamel is a different story. Jamel is kind of like a firecracker, So I know that he got like a firecracker. So now let me get to another question. Now, has there been any legitimate offers that from the likes of David Benavides or Demetrius Andrade?
Not that I know of. If if
Okay,
if if everything goes through Al Hammond, they know who to call.
right.
I was on another podcast not too long ago,
Okay.
okay?
Uh,
And David Benavides' father was on the same podcast, okay? His
mm,
father is his trainer, and I don't know if it's his manager or whatever, but I don't know.
mm,
But his first question to me is why Jamal Charlo turned down David Benavides. I
mm,
say, nobody's called me about Jamal fighting David Benavides. I say, so I don't know what you're talking about. He said, well, I talked to Al Hammond, and Al Hammond said he would make that fight. I
mm,
say, really? I say, normally when Al wants to make a fight, he'll call me and, and get my thoughts on it. I say, but it's funny, I haven't heard anything from Al Hammond. And I said, and I talk to him almost like 3, 4 times a week. And I say, he's never mentioned anything about, Jamal fighting David. So he said,
mm,
well, I spoke to Al Hammond myself. I said, really? I said, okay. I said, you know what? When I hang up from this, when I finish this podcast, I'm going to call Al Hammond and find out, you know, if he's been in talks with you guys about fighting Jamal. So after the podcast, I called Al Hammond, and
mm.
Al Hammond said it just like this: "He's a goddamn lie." He
I
said,
remember that. I remember
I."
that.
He
Yeah, I
said,
remember
"Look, I'm gonna tell you
that.
what he said." He
uh,
said, "I've only talked to this guy maybe a couple times in my life," and he said, and that was on three-way with him and one of the guys that worked for him. And he said, and it was about David when David couldn't make the weight for his fight that he got stripped of the title. He said, that's the last time I talked to him. So he
mm,
said he's a goddamn lie if he's saying that I talked to him about Jamal fighting David Benavides.
wow.
And you know what? I left it at that.
I remember what podcast that was on too. Yes, sir. Yep. And I don't want to call out his name, but yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, I remember that, Ronnie, because y'all both was on there because David
Yeah,
Benavidez' father was in the car. And
yeah,
I remember
yeah,
exactly. Okay.
yeah.
All right. All right. So I want to call out the podcast name or anything like that, though. But now, have you ever seen a fighter that you trained and you enjoyed training him because he was so great in doing what he was doing? Let's say you have let's say Earl Spence. Okay, Earl
Right.
Spence, great, great fighter, great in doing everything. When you train him, let's say, oh, it's so easy. It's so easy to train him.
Right.
So what you think about that? Who do you have you ever trained anyone? That what about Monterosa? I mean, anybody that was so easy to train, was so easy, was so teachable. Put it
That's
that way.
that's that's easy, and that's Jamal Charlo.
Jamal Charlo. Okay.
Absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
Jamal is he's one of the easiest guys I've ever had,
Mm,
to train.
mm,
Because you know, we mesh really well. You know,
mm,
we, you know, I tell him something to do, boom, he has no problem picking up doing it. If
mm,
we have a problem doing it, then
mm,
you know what, we work with it until we get it done.
mm,
And the thing about it is that when you got a fighter that he he really knows that you know what you're talking about, he really trusts you, and from the very beginning, you know, I told him and I told his brother Jamel,
Mm-hmm.
that they both are going to be world champions.
Mm-hmm.
And very early on, when I had both of them, I put them in with styles that nobody else wanted to fight to get them, because I told them one day, when you get up to the top, you're going to know how to fight these styles. You're not going to have to go back and be afraid of a style that you haven't really seen before.
Mm-hmm.
So we put them in hard styles early, and they got used to this. And then we were to bring in hard guys to spar with, and and now, as I said with Jamal, it is so easy for me to train him.
Mm-hmm.
It's never a problem. If I want him to do something that he's not used to doing, he has
Mm-hmm.
no problem in doing it because he trusts me that I know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Does he get frustrated a lot? I know when the Julian J Rock fight, you kept trying that. I call it
Uppercut.
shoulder jab type of uppercut.
Yes,
The one that got him out of there. Uh,
yes,
he did he get frustrated because it wasn't working at first?
yes, absolutely. You
Uh,
know, for that fight, we worked on that combination for 3 months for that fight.
mm-hmm,
And I told him, after the first round, he tried it, it didn't work.
mm-hmm,
And, and I had to get on him after the first round because I told him, I say, you got to give it time. It's going to work, but you got to give it time. You got to, relax.
mm-hmm,
Stop rushing to try to do something. I say, when it's time, it's going to happen. And it
mm-hmm,
did.
mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. It did too. We got my man Zulu Lion One said much love and respect to Mr. Shields for stopping by and hanging out with us. All right. Okay, appreciate that, Zulu Lion. Anton Johnson. Say, Anton Johnson said, "Does Jamal and Morrell spar together?"
They haven't as of yet. Not yet.
Okay, okay, no, not as yet. Okay, all right. Now, let me go to my next question. Now, is Jamel looking to unify with any other belts right now?
You mean Jamal?
Jamal, I'm sorry, Jamal. Mhm.
Well, here's the thing. He wants to, but again, Triple G is fighting Murata,
Right,
and then if Canelo beats Bevo, then they're supposed to be fighting Triple G next. So
right.
I don't know. So that's a wait and see thing on what's going to happen with the winner out of Murata and Triple G. If Murata wins, that's probably going to be the easiest fight to make for us. But if
Okay,
Triple G wins, then it's going to be difficult because he wants to fight Canelo again, and that's the two fight contract that he's supposed to have signed with
mhm,
Eddie Hearn in the zone.
mhm.
So that's a wait and see thing.
Oh, okay, okay. Now, I want to ask a question. Pretty much not. He's not one of your fighters, but Canelo, how he's been moving since way back since 154. Uh, uh, um, is that a business moving he been doing? Because he haven't been fighting the best competition in my eyes. Now that's just my own opinion. But
Right.
the way he's moving and the money he's getting paid, uh, uh, I think, I think he should be fighting better competition. You know,
Well, it's easy to say because here's the thing. He's like every fighter. Everybody wants to leave a legacy,
Mhm.
of their career. So you know, at 154, you got to remember Jamal was his mandatory at 154.
Right.
They made him franchise champion. So he left the division. Then he didn't do his mandatory. He left the division and went up to 160, 160. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then after he won the belt at 160,
Mm-hmm.
he defended it a couple of times. Then, as his legacy move was to fight Kovalov. at 175. He
Mm-hmm.
did that. Then he came back down, and he went back down to 168. He won the belt there, and then, then he fought a couple of guys there, you know, and the mandatory he had. If you look at all of this, right, he's
Mm-hmm.
really only fought one mandatory defense.
Okay.
He's only
Wow.
fought one mandatory defense
Uh-huh.
when you look at it. Okay, so and so then he now he wants to go back up to 175
Right.
and and fight for a title there. But remember, but the Kovalov fight, he won the championship and then gave the title right up.
Mm-hmm.
So so look, he wants to leave a legacy in the sport. You know what? It's no problem with doing that. Without fighting who people think are the best fighters in the world, because he figured, hey, I'm fighting for another belt, so that supersedes everything. You know, and in
Mm-hmm.
some people's eyes, it does, but not in everybody's eyes. You know,
Right.
so and I guess in a position like him, turning down $45 million to fight a guy,
I just
you
about to
know,
ask you about that. Why would you turn down $45 million to
well,
fight another guy for less?
yes, and he probably doesn't need the money. Simple as that. You know,
Okay, okay. Maybe don't, but shoot, if you got $1 million, $2 million, 2 million and 45.
yeah. So, but
you know,
that's their business move. It's a business move. Is
right.
what he's doing. You
Mm,
look, and who wouldn't want to be in that position? You know,
yeah.
everybody would want to be in that position to say, "Well, I
Mm,
turned down 45 million to take less to fight another guy in a different weight class."
mm,
You know, it's their business. He's a very successful fighter.
mm.
So you can't say that or that he did a bad business move. How is that a bad business move when he's still making at least 35, $40 million against another guy?
Mhm,
So I mean, look, I understand the boxing business,
mhm.
but they got to also remember that when it comes time and if the shoe is on the other foot, they better not complain.
There you go. There you go. Right. That's what I'm saying. If you did it, don't complain if somebody else did it. Exactly.
Absolutely.
And that's tied to my next question for you. And is the business of boxing getting in the way of the traditional way of boxing? Because you used to be a fighter. You fought at featherweight. You was a great fighter at that time, back then, and things were a little bit different. Okay, I know as years go on, things evolved. We have to pretty much get used to things as we grow. But boxing is not a team sport. It's a one man sport,
Right.
and boxing outside the ring has been taking a big uh, 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 um, hit on the business side. The judges, they're not seeing straight. They older. And I applied for a referee position. Okay,
Right.
and so the referees, they not too old, but you got some that make bad calls. How can boxing get cleaned up a little bit, like the WBA? How can it get cleaned up a little bit? Because it's a lot of things in boxing that we have seen with our own eyes that has went totally wrong. So what you think, Ryan? What would be your suggestion?
Well, I think boxing, like always, is some corruption in boxing. It's always been that way, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to stop. It's going to continue.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't do it. If you go back and look at all the bad decisions we've been having, you know, in the last few years, I mean, for me, and we're all looking at the same thing, but
Right,
some kind of way we see things different. You know,
right.
case in point, when I trained Everlande Lara to even if I Canelo,
Mm-hmm.
in my eyes, it's the when the world Lara lost that fight. You
No,
know,
I believe that too. Right. Mm-hmm.
but but still, you know, you see things happen. It was not too long ago. we had a fight with a kid that fought for, I think, the WBA, and I was at the fight, and the kid got his tail beat, because he was from that country, and the judges, they reprimanded the judges afterwards, but they didn't take his so-called interim belt from him, and and there's no one in the world to do won the fight,
Mm.
and I was against the kid Fox. This kid Fox fought this kid, and I was at the
Mikael,
fight.
Mikael Fox.
Yeah, I don't know if it was McHale. Yeah, I think it was McHale.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
got really,
yeah.
really
He
robbed.
got
Yeah.
robbed. He got
Yes.
robbed. He fought
Yes.
in Minnesota, and
Yeah.
I
Right.
was at that fight. And afterwards they filed a protest with the WBA,
Hmm.
and come to find out, you know, they set the kid up. I mean, it was a setup because this kid did so, because the other kid that like won the fight, it was no one in the world, man. Because this kid, he only had a few fights, and they ranked him so high. But anyway,
And he
you
was
know,
the other kid he fought was related to someone, right?
yes, he was related to somebody
Right. Right.
that's part
Okay.
of the WBA,
Right.
and
Right.
and they put in all their own judges. They
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't use any of the commission judges from from Minnesota, and so come to find out, you know, when all that happened, they ordered a rematch. And this fight, I don't think there's going to be a rematch because I haven't seen anything on it.
Me neither.
Nobody, nobody's doing anything about it. But
Mm.
but look, I think in boxing, you're going to always have somebody that's on the take in the sport. It's been like that way forever, and I don't think
Mm-hmm.
it's going to change. And we could hoop and holler about this and hoop and holler about that, but it's just a way it's just a way of the sport. That's the way the sport is. It's the way it's always been, and it's going to continue to be that way. We just gotta hope that these guys, man, they have to realize that all guys work hard. When you get to a certain point in your career, and you're fighting for a world title, you're doing you're working just as hard as the opponent.
Mm-hmm.
But judges sometimes don't see it that way. I see Canelo losing a lot of rounds that they give him, you know, and it's just not fair. It's not right, but it's nothing you can do,
Mm-hmm.
until these guys stop looking at the money, and say, look, man, these guys are putting their lives on the line every time they get into that ring. And I remember a couple of years ago, we lost 4 fighters in the ring
Mm-hmm.
that died in that ring.
Wow.
And, you know, it means more to their families, of course. But what about the sport? You got to have some dignity put back in the sport.
Exactly.
And but money is controlling, like it always has.
Mm. Wow. Now, another question for you, Ronnie. Now Jamel, of course, used to train Jamel and Jamal together. Now, W underscore right side, one of my subscribers, he said, "What's your thought on Mel's first fight against Castano? I think he tried to fight off the ropes too much and allow Castano to have success. What adjustments would be made without giving away the game plan?"
Well, I don't train Jamel, and I didn't train him for that fight. So,
Mm,
but
mm,
it was a really close fight. It really was. I don't
mm,
think you can argue that it was a draw. So many people thought that Castano won, and everybody got an opinion about that. So,
mm,
but I think if they would have gave it to Castano, I don't think nobody would have been mad because
mm,
you know he did good in a lot of rounds. But as far as the adjustments are concerned, I don't know. That's up to Jamel's trainer, and it's up to them on how
mm,
they're going to make adjustments. I don't know because I haven't been in the gym with them,
mm.
and and that's not really my concern.
Right. Yeah, I know. Now, I'm just gonna ask you just real fast. I know you don't train F anymore at Java, but
Right.
I haven't seen him in a while. Is I'm just wondering, do you got a fight coming up? I mean, what's going on with them? Because we
I,
haven't heard or seen them.
right. I haven't seen him either. I haven't seen him since the last day I trained him. But
Mm,
but I heard that he just had surgery on
mm,
something. I don't know what it is that he had surgery on, but
okay, okay.
I just heard he had surgery. So I don't know on
Hmm.
what it is or whatever. But I just I haven't seen him either. So
Okay,
right now for me, he's not my concern.
okay, right. Yeah, I know that. Now, a question with you is that you have any good young fighters coming up?
I I
Besides
do
Jamal, I mean, who else in your stable that's going to be
absolutely.
making some noise? Mm-hmm.
I have some really young kids. I have an
Mm-hmm.
18-year-old kid. He's from McAllen, Texas. He's getting ready to have his first pro fight on April the 9th in Las Vegas, and he's fighting on a Lubin cover for Dora.
Mm-hmm.
And this kid is it'll be his first professional fight, and his name is Xavier Bocanegra. And
Mm-hmm.
he's really really good. He's 5'8", 122 pounds. You know, and this kid he's going to be something. So I'm really looking forward to him. Also, I have a kid named Robert Garcia. He's from Austin, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
He's an undefeated fighter, really really good. Really high on this kid. He's We're looking for some good things between for him also. And also, I have a kid named David Stevens. He's from Pennsylvania, and he he's an undefeated fighter also, and he's like 9-0 right now, and
Mm-hmm.
he's 21 years old, and this kid is a 168 pounder, and this kid we have really high hopes for him also,
Mm-hmm.
and I got another young kid. He's 20 years old. Well, actually, he's 22 years old. His name's Ephraim Bowie, and he's a small kid, 118 pounds. This
Wow.
kid, yeah, he's 3-0 with all knockouts. This kid, he's going to really be something, and I'm really looking forward to this kid till he get in the spotlight. Once he get in the spotlight, he's a southpaw and a southpaw with power at that weight. I'm really looking forward to this kid, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm just, this kid, he's so good to work with. He's a lot of fun. He's an
Mm-hmm.
energetic kid. We mess with him all the time because he comes in with sunglasses on. I call him Hollywood.
Uh,
But he's funny, but this kid can really fight, and I'm
mm-hmm.
looking forward to, you know, it's gonna take a couple years, but these kids I have that's young,
Yeah.
they are gonna really be some monsters in the sport of boxing.
Okay. Now, the names you just gave, Jamal also, and a couple other fighters. How do you pretty much put your time in and a good, adequate time to work with all these fighters? Do you going by who got what fight coming up first? Then you work with them more than the other ones less, or you have assistants that do all this for do that for you?
Well, I have assistants also that
Mm,
but look, we work. I work with every fighter that's in my gym, and I
mm,
and I, you know, I like when they have a fight coming up. That's
mm,
the ones we pay more attention to that have fights coming up. The others, then I have other systems that that work with them, and they know what to work on.
mm,
We sit down with them and explain to them. Well, basically, I sit down with them and explain to them what I want done with these fighters, and then once they get to the point of where they get a fight, then
mm,
that's where I pay my attention to.
mm. Okay. Uh, okay, I see. I see. Okay, we got on 10 months. Just want to say shout out to you, Ronnie. All right.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. He's a good subscriber. So now I won't hold you too much longer. But just had a few more questions for you. Now, if you can pretty much uh, um pick out one of the fighters that right now in today's and it doesn't matter what weight class, that will be the next star. Not count Earl Spence, not count Terrence Crawford. Who would you say would be the next megas? Not Canelo either. All right.
Right.
After that, the next, I guess, the next generation. Because I tell everyone that
Right.
these are the next generation fighters that's coming in.
Right.
And I'm talking about, you know, you got the Javante Davises, you got the
Right.
Devin Haney's, all right,
Right.
and you know, so who you think gonna just take off and be that star?
I really truly right now, I think it's gonna be Tank Davis. I really believe he's
Wow.
gonna be the guy. And the reason I say that is because the kid, he has a lot of charisma,
Uh-huh.
and and he can fight.
Mhm.
He can fight,
Yeah.
and there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I think, now that he's over, that he's a star, he knows he's a star. He doesn't have to go out and do things he was doing before. I think
Mhm.
now he's settled in, and
Mhm.
I think now, just I saw him do an interview not too long ago. He sounds so much different because
Right.
now he's there, and he
Mhm.
realized he don't have to do anything more to try to push himself out there more.
Mhm.
Look, this kid, his last 3 or 4 fights been on pay-per-view. The
Mhm.
numbers was good. You can't expect the numbers to be great at this moment, but
Right.
now people are starting to see him, and
Mhm.
if you notice, he's settled down a lot now. You don't see him, you don't see him out there like he was before. And I think now he's settled in to who he is, and I think he's going to be the next pay-per-view star.
Wow. Okay. Because you know, well, like I say, I don't believe everything I read until I look into it and everything like that. But
Right?
his contract's supposed to be up with Mayweather Promotions.
Yeah, that's what I saw too. I saw it today.
Okay. And do you think he's better off as a free agent, or he should resign, or start being self-promoting? You know, a free agent.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know. I don't know what his capabilities are as far as being a free agent
Hmm.
and doing the things that you know, what it takes to be a free agent. You
Hmm.
know, no matter if you're a free agent or not, you got to have somebody there to do the work. You
Hmm.
can't be a fighter and do the work by yourself. That
Hmm.
just doesn't work. Floyd
Hmm.
Mayweather, when he went out, he got Al Heyman, and Al Heyman basically his crew did everything for Floyd. Floyd didn't have to do anything but get in the ring and fight. You know,
Wow.
and Tank already had that connection,
Hmm.
so so that'd be something that for him to explore if that's what he wants to do.
Hmm. Okay, because that's why we was pretty much always on Terrence Crawford. We all thought he should have been left top rank a long time ago. Now he's at the age of 35, and now he's a free agent.
Right.
But I think he might be signing a two-fight deal with PBC. I'm not for sure, but if it is, it's a good move. But we got everything boxing. He has a question. He has a great channel. Everything Boxing said, prime for prime. Who is the best fighter you ever trained?
His name is Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker.
Ooh, wee, yes, sir. Yes, sweet pea, yes. Why you say that, Ryan?
The guy was a natural, man. He was born to fight. You
Wow.
know, you can look at that basketball player, say Michael Jordan, pound for pound, basket for basket, best basketball player ever. You
Uh,
could say the same thing about Pernell Whitaker.
uh,
Pernell Whitaker had everything. He had
uh,
everything. He had offense. He had defense. He had showmanship. You know, you know, and he was braggadocious. He had everything. He had everything that it took to
mm,
be who he was. The
mm.
only fighter that beat him was himself.
Was
Nobody
who?
beat him. Himself.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, because he the Chavez fight, I think he won that one.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Everybody
Yeah.
knows he won that fight.
Yeah, yeah, and I always like to go back and look at his fights, back in the day, and he couldn't get no lower than he can get, and I love when he fight like that,
Oh yeah.
So and I don't see any fighters today that bring that old school back,
No,
you
not
know,
like he, not like that. Not like
no, no,
that. Absolutely not.
no, no, I don't. So, but yeah, that's a good choice. Fight now. As far as heavyweight is concerned, Mike Tyson, was he a good train? Was he a good fighter to train, or was
Well,
he? Go ahead.
the
Go ahead.
thing about Mike was, I've only, trained him for one fight, but the best heavyweight I think I've ever trained was Evander Holyfield.
Okay.
No ifs, ands, and buts about it. He was
Mhm.
the guy.
Real deal. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
hmm Yeah. He was always in shape, and wow, yeah, he was a great hitter, and yeah, he gave him and Mike Tyson ended up fighting, of course,
Oh
and
yeah.
yeah, I think he won that fight too. But Ronnie, that's all I have for you today, man, and I appreciate your time. I know you're busy. And I know you just had a little time to come in and spend a few minutes with us, and I appreciate it. You know,
Well, I appreciate you, KQKC. I really do. Thank you
yeah.
very much.
Yes, sir. You always been a good guy. Always, talk to you, send you messages and stuff like that. So, but we got one more question here. We got from Keno Local Sports. He said, "We can. When can we expect Kent Cruz back?"
Well, hopefully we can get him back soon. Uh, I don't know yet. I gotta see. I gotta wait to see when something will be available for him. But
Mhm.
hopefully we can get him back soon.
Okay. Now, we got another question. On Zulu Line One. He said, what are your thoughts on the Tyson interview that Jamel did, Mr.
Jamal.
Shields? Jamal. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah. We talked about that. Okay. Go ahead. Go
yeah.
ahead. You can answer
I
that.
just saw bits and pieces of it, so I didn't see the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've really been busy with so many guys that I got in the gym right now that
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really looked at the whole thing totally. But I saw bits and pieces of it. But I thought it was good. Look, Mike asked the hard questions,
Right.
and that's a good thing because fighters have to go through that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it is. But I thought from what I saw, I thought Jamal did really well on the interview.
Okay. Now, let me clear something up, Ronnie. With Jamal, a lot of people believe that he's praising Canelo too much. That he's giving Canelo too much credit. You know.
Well, here's what I think about that. Again, every fighter right now, right? They wish they was making money like a Canelo Alvarez
Mm-hmm.
because he's making a lot of money. He's the man that's making all the money in boxing right now.
Mm-hmm.
As a fighter, you got to respect that he's in that position. And
Mm-hmm.
I think every fighter wants to be in that position. But that doesn't say that he don't want to fight him. He wants to fight him. He
Mm-hmm.
wants to fight the best guy that's out there.
That's
And
right.
that is Canelo Alvarez.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the fight he wants. But with him saying this or that or whatever, you know, he's just giving credit where credit is due.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Canelo deserves the credit that he gets because he he's the top guy in boxing right now. So all he's saying is, look, I respect the man for him getting to where he's at. He said the same thing about Floyd Mayweather when Floyd Mayweather was when he was the man. He was
Mm-hmm.
making a lot of money back then.
Right. Right.
He said the same thing about Floyd. But
Mm-hmm.
he's just giving a guy props. This is
Mm-hmm.
our sport. You're supposed to give the man props for being where he's at right now.
Mm-hmm.
Every fighter wants to be there. That's just simple as that.
Mm. Okay. All right. Now, Crump Juice, he has a question for you too, Ronnie. And he said, "What are the top 3 trainers in the game today?"
I don't know. I can't tell you, man, because I hate to say a name because there's some trainers out there that I don't know,
Mm,
and I mean, because when you look at all the good fighters out there, they
mhm,
all don't have the same trainer. They have different trainers, and
mhm.
I don't know every trainer, so I can't say who's the top guy.
Uh,
But I mean, but it's hard to say. It's hard to say who the top trainer is.
okay, because you're in Houston. Derrick James is in Dallas. Have you
He
ever
in Dallas.
have you ever met Derrick James before? I'm
I
quite
know
sure.
Derek. I know him real well.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought so. I mean, y'all in Dallas. Okay, okay, I figured that. Okay, all right, y'all. I think we answered this question, Las
Yeah,
Vegas, Leon. Yeah, you see it. Okay, we still
yeah.
works with Morel. Did he ever spar Maul? Okay,
No,
all
they
right.
never spot.
Okay. Okay. All right. Is there any more questions? Is that's why boxing messed up today? This is okay. Okay. All right. Well. Okay. Thanks, Ronnie. I think that's all the questions that we have. I was trying to
Okay,
look in the chat here and everything, and I appreciate your time. I know you're busy. And I know you're busy, and I wish you a lot of luck,
appreciate it.
Jamal and Sluggy, and hopefully, maybe y'all can revisit the Jaime McGee fight again. You think that's
Absolutely.
a chance?
Well, I think it's going. The thing about it is going to have to, if he stays number one, and if he
Hmm.
becomes the mandatory,
Hmm.
then which is it's going to be the same thing. We got to go through the same process.
Okay. Okay. Exactly. Okay. All right.
You know,
Well.
and that process is no. I was saying that the process is going to
Mhm.
go through the same process. And
Oh, okay. You froze a little bit. Okay.
if they don't accept the terms, if they don't accept the terms of the process, then that's when you go to the purse bid. If they outbid Showtime, then you know what? Then we go to the
Mhm.
zone fighting. Simple as that. This how that works.
Yeah. 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 You're right. You're right. Like Triller, they messed up on that deal, and the zone picked it up, and there you go.
There
So
you go.
and yeah. So hey, well, hey, like I say, I appreciate your time, Ronnie, and I know
Thank you,
your
man. I appreciate
time, your
it.
schedule is tight, and I thank you. And again, tell you what, happy birthday, belated birthday, and
For my
thank you,
wife,
thanks
yes.
once again. And I will be
Okay.
talking to you again. Okay.
Okay. Have a good
All
one.
right. All right. You have a good
All right.
one. All right.
All right. Bye.
Pete. All right. All right. There you go. Ronnie Shields. Yes, sir. He had a little time. So he came on in and did an interview with your boy KQKC. All right. I appreciate everybody that came in, and and I understand. And I was looking at 817, and 817. I didn't want to I put it up there, I took it down, right? 817 saying, oh shit, that full of shit, right? 817, crazy, right? But exclusive news, I get what you were saying too, about humbling himself. What I was trying to say, not humble himself like, he's good, not like that. No, 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 you're a good fighter too. Yeah, we can get in there and I think I can beat your ass, something like that. No, I'm gonna whoop your ass, but no, that suck, mama, suck, no, no, you don't want to do that, and, when you're trying to get a fight with him, but it is what it is, and I think, I thank Ronnie, because he has 4 guys he's working with today. I think he said he had 2.5 hour intervals, and that was a great interview. And I thank you all for coming in today. We had 130 people. Make sure you hit the like button today. All right, and we can go ahead and finish this show. And I thank him for giving me an hour of his time, an hour and so many minutes of his time. That was great. Great interview. And I know he had to get back. So, but hey, we got to do what we got to do right over here at KQKC. All right. And I thank everybody for coming in. And yes, I will be calling the fights tomorrow. Right. Hey, Marciano. All right. What's going on, my sister? Yeah. So, but Ronnie, how many people thought he was being brutally honest? Because when David Benavidez's father, I remember that. I remember specifically that. And I know what podcast he was on. And he didn't want to call off the name, but I know the podcast. It was the Boxing Voice. All right. It was the Boxing Voice. And like you said, when you in touch with Al Heyman 3 to 4 times a week, you know, okay, and then you know, you can call him up right away and say, hey, look here, old boy say just got phone. He's a lie. And Al Heyman, while here, he speaks his mind. So yeah, Manuel Pellegrini, oh, you remember that, right? Because I remember clearly now. When Ronnie said, "No, you a lie." He called David Benavidez's father a big lie right there on the Boxing Voice. So and and I appreciate his time. And we got Bill Haney Monday now, part 2. Okay, and Bill Haney want to set the record straight on a few things. So, all right, hey, I appreciate it. Quick. All right. Yes, sir. I know you're working. Yes, sir. Hey, look at 817. Come on, 817. That's my guy, though, right? But he will get you riled up, boy. Yes, sir. Okay. He said, look, I just know all this heat Maul getting. If I'm him, my statement is he ducked me at 154, 160, and now 168. He found 45 million reasons to do so. He damn sure ain't my favorite fighter. Okay. Yep. Okay. Now, okay. But hey, I like Jamel. I like Jamal. I like Jamel more than Jamal, but Jamel is doing what he's supposed to do. Jamel's going in there and getting undisputed. Now, Jamal is trying to get paid. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah. So, but hey, it is what it is. Bassiana, great interview last night. Checked it out. Great interview. I mean, Texas, y'all got a lot of shit going on down there. I'm serious. Ronnie, he just went off, and he's in Houston. You got Earl and the Charlos, and I mean, goddamn. I mean, Texas is like the place to be right now. As far as boxing is concerned. And I don't know about the places there, and I know it's probably country as hell, but I'm from the city. That's why I said that, right? But no, I just joking. All right, but y'all popping down there. Me and Storm B gonna have to take a ride down there. Shoes, man, cause man, everything I hear, everybody coming from Texas. Texas. So I might have to take a ride down there. But anyway, 817, I hear what you're saying, man. Yeah, I don't like that hot shit. No. I gotta have my winter, spring, summer, fall. No. I heard y'all close the school down with some little ice on the street. Hell no. But yeah, we say bring me a plate cause you be cooking. Hey, I appreciate it, Boxiana. Yes, sir. Man. But hey, I mean, I understand 817, but you have to understand too, this is Ronnie, that was his fighter, Jamal. And he been having both of them twins ever since they was knee high. Matter of fact, he turned them down. And they came back and kept coming back. Then he started training them. But I get what you're saying about Jamal and Canelo. I get that. Yes. Who won't be in a position? And Ronnie know, if you're gonna turn down $45 million, then okay. Yeah, hell yeah. He's scared of you. And fight Demetrius Bivol. But like I said before, it's a power. That's his fighter, and he got to do what he got to keep getting paid too. Yeah, exactly. Because remember, this is what's going on with Devin Haney. And Bill's going to explain everything to you all. I talked to him today. But Eddie is fucking up. Eddie is the one that, no, I can't say that because I don't know exactly. But it seems like to me, okay, allegedly, Eddie is running around. Wait a minute, don't sign shit yet. Don't sign shit yet, right? Because he's trying to get more money. Find out, they're trying to pay under. They're trying to do everything to stop this fight from happening. All right, we knew that was going to happen. They throwing everything on the goddamn wall. So we'll see what sticks. We knew that was gonna happen. So right now he's choosing legacy over money. And sometimes you have to do that. You know, sometimes you have to do that. But Canelo ain't doing that. That ain't what Canelo's doing. And everyone said, yeah, you're right. He did duck him at 154. And I forgot to ask him about Demetrius Andrade. God damn it. Yeah. Anyway, so he probably back to work now. Damn. But yeah, I want to ask him about Demetrius Andrade and that whole debacle with Rock Nation. You know, so but yeah, 817, I hear what you're saying, man. But don't you rock with your Texas brothers? but Kid Cruz, that's a good fighter. He has him, and so he has a lot of good fighters coming up, and I'm very excited to see the fighters, especially the 18-year-old he has. I'm very excited for the Earl Spence fight, and I'm glad that Terrence Crawford has a 2-fight deal with now I heard it was Pro Bellum. Some people say PBC. So we'll see what's what. But you got to, and Ronnie, he mentioned it in the interview. A fighter, if you're gonna be a free agent, like I said about Gervonta Davis. Now, if you're gonna be a free agent, you can't do all the work yourself. You got to have somebody around you that can got the brains. And Bomac don't have the brains. I'm sorry, no offense against Bomac. He's just not the sharpest crayon in the fucking box. I'm sorry, he's not. He's just not. But so I mean, it is what it is. And we've been saying this for how long? And W_right side, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you supporting the network. I appreciate the questions you asked on Ronnie. All right. And thank you for doing that. All right. Okay. So yeah, yeah, my son. So I mean, Tan's gonna have to find someone. And you know what? And Jay Prince, he knows Jay Prince. Shakir Stevenson, he represents Shakir Stevenson. So he might need to talk to cause Al Heyman ain't no dummy. So it is what it is. So, but we'll see what happens. But one thing I can say before Ronnie came in, I will say that maybe now we get a chance to see this fight in December, because if what Boxer say, Budrick, Budrick, right? You say he'll act like no damn Budrick, yeah, like that Bud, that was that Bud, right? Remember that's I don't want to bring it up, but his mama said it on national TV. I can't say I love him. Who can? Anyway, I ain't gonna get into that. That was a while back. But anyway, now, I'm Prince Jay Prince, top rank. Yep, that's what I was just about to say. Damn, great mind thinking alike. I forgot Jay Prince is with top rank now. That's why he was messing around with Floyd, because Floyd was with top rank at that time. And that's Bob Aaron boy. And that's why he messing around with Shakir. I thought about that. Yeah. Yeah, Mama Wild. Oh, yeah, Mama Wild. Sister Wild, too. Sister Wild, too. Shoot, man, she was jumping all up and down when he won that fight over in Omaha, and she had to fix her weave. But anyway, that ain't funny. What's going on, Black Love, Black Power, and Black Greatness? What's going on with you, brother? Yes, sir. What's going on, Knockout Boxing 86 TV? Don't forget to catch us Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. We'll be on his platform this weekend after all the fights that we're going to have. Okay, I will be calling the fight tomorrow with DAZN. We're going to be over in London. Then, of course, Showtime fight on tomorrow night. So we'll be calling that fight. Then we're all going to talk about it at 9 o'clock on Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. All right. So, but anyway, now let's get to Gervonta Davis. Okay, we still got a little time. right? Javante Tank Davis. All right. What's going on? Pete Marciano is in the building. What's going on? Pete Marciano, I said, OG, off topic. Do you think with all that's going on to get Haney that fight, is there more pressure on Haney to win because they feel he's not worthy? No, they feel that his ass gonna get robbed. That's what it is. Not that he's not worthy. Cambosa didn't want this fight. All right, we all know that. So he's doing everything he can. Now he's taking less money, but he's gonna fight him. But he's gonna take less money. So the fight gonna go on. They're gonna sign a contract. No, ain't no about it. Bill, look, you welcome to ask Bill all these questions Monday. Because Bill kind of hot about something, but so you all can talk to him about it. So he's taking less money. So but what would you do? This is a fight for undisputed. This is a fight for all the marbles. Everything boxing, knockout boxing, TV. He pretty much said the same thing. If you're confident in your skills, if you know in your heart what you can do and cannot do, and what you can, you can beat this guy, then you don't need no rematch clause. Go in there and whoop his ass. That's all. And I understand the money situation, but sometimes you have to, if you want to be in the history books, if you want them to talk about you 20 years from now, then sometimes you have to make certain moves. And then when you become undisputed, then you make your demands. Then what you didn't get, you're going to get 3 times much as that as being an undisputed champion. Because I don't see him moving up no way soon once he grabbed those belts. So now I would go in there without a rematch clause. I'll go in there underpaid. Hell, Cambosa, that what happened to his ass. He wasn't making a lot of money when he fought Lopez. Lopez wasn't ready. He wasn't in shape. He had the big head. Daddy crazy as hell. So there you go. So yeah, that's what I look at. What's up, Z? He said I had some more questions, but I had to run some people off out my yard. OG, I missed everything. Oh, okay. You had to run about your yard. What was they doing? What they doing in your yard? Shit. You in Texas? Cause you a big motherfucker, boy. You ever see him? Man, right, man. Z man, he big, and his arms is bigger than my whole body. I said, damn, that motherfucker from Texas. I bet you. Yeah, I saw that cowboy head. I said, yep, he from Texas. Yes, sir. I see. Cause we wear see in Chicago, we wear what we call Godfather hats, right? Crease down there, baby. Throwing some 40s. I see y'all youngsters. I'm old school, But anyway, let's get back to Javante Tank Davis. Listen, Javante Tank Davis, get the hell away from Floyd Mayweather. Get the hell away from Floyd. Now, if that contract is over with, that's what he need to do. Get away from Floyd Mayweather. Now, I'm quite sure that he been in the business long enough to know who he can go to or who he can talk with or who he can pretty much link up with that can pretty much represent him as a manager. Because even though you are a free agent, you still need a manager. What's going on? Detroit, raise me. Yes, sir. We talking about East Side, baby. East Side, Detroit. Yes, sir. It's right next door to Chicago, baby. Yes, sir. 4 hours away. Yes, sir. All right. But anyway, so what's up, Ricky Williams Boxing? What to do? Make sure you subscribe to Ricky Williams Boxing. Make sure you subscribe to the Boxing Queens. All right. And that's Nikki J and Boxiano. They did a great interview. Hell, they did 2 great interviews. They had David Benavides, and of course, they had the young man from from Texas, right? And like I said, they're doing a thing in Texas. But David, he's from Arizona, so, but it's all good. All right, them young ladies, they're doing their thing over there, and that's why I like to support the women in boxing, because we got women like Nikki J, Quee, Ashley Corner. All these women are talking boxing. We didn't see that shit 4 years ago, you know, on my channel. I had a couple women came in and said, KQ, why they hugging? I said, they're not hugging, they clenching, right? And now she know boxing just like that now, so it's good. What's up, Jay Washington? What's going on with you? Yoga Wise, what's going on with you? All right. So, but anyway, but a lot of people was asking me, yeah. so, so, uh, 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 um, so a lot of people was asking me about Effie Java. All right, and I asked Ronnie about him, and he had a surgery. I think Ronnie said, but he doesn't keep up with them. I love women who know their boxing. It's a rarity. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's a very rarity. And now it's starting to be. And thanks to the ladies, Ashley, Corner, and Queen, and Nikki J, Bastiano. I mean, now more women are talking about boxing, and that's cool. I think that's cool. You're right, X. That's cool. I like that shit. You know, they ain't going out the room when boxing come on. They sitting down there right with you. Sometimes good, sometimes like, yeah. Well, I'm just saying, but that's good, and I like to see a woman with a great boxing mind. You know, it is. It's exciting, and and hey, it is what it is. Yes, sir. What's going on, my brother? Lawrence Harris, mean one, baby. What's going on? In that chat. Ow. Yes, sir. He said, I appreciate you, OG. Excellent interview. Hey, I appreciate you, Lawrence. Yes, sir. Larry in the building. And G5_gay. Yes, sir. We're trying to get him to 1,000 subscribers. All right. So make sure you subscribe to G5_gay. And that chat. Yeah, Sweet Tea. I forgot about her. Yeah, she's always in here too. All right, sucking that boxing up because she like it, and and she'll tell you too. And you know what? And let me tell this story. One time. Okay, I got plenty of time. Okay, let me tell this story. Sweet Tea, when George Cambosa won, and I know y'all know about it, and I was really feeling good. I was feeling good, like, man, he really said, man, okay, Devin Haney, and that's who I want. Yeah, that's who I want. I mean, he really was talking that good shit, right? And I was like, man, see, that's what I'm talking about. I was all high on him. Sweet Tea said, huh, that's a woman for you, right? Huh. I believe in when I see it. And you know what? She was right. She was right. Look how long we've been waiting. Look how long we wait. See, sometimes women know shit. So sometimes, dude, y'all gotta be quiet and let the women, sometimes you gotta know when to shut up, and just let them, do their thing. Cause she was right. And I keep bringing that up too. I hate to do it, but I keep bringing it up. So I was really high on him though. But now, let's get back to Bud real fast, okay? I'm really happy for him. Yeah, Barsana, she was right. Yeah, she was right. And she said, I see it when I believe, because everybody was excited. And I had called that fight that night, and and Teal face, I was like, hey, what happened? And Daddy was like, well, bro, you won, bro, you won. You slipped, bro. That was a slip, bro. So I'm like, and then, she said, I believe it when I see it. KQ. So a lot of people talk a lot of game, a lot of shit, and it doesn't happen. So, it is what it is. Yeah. Teal did the same thing. Yes, he did. He kept on playing no damn games, and Triller said, you know what? Forget about the money. I'm through with you, and got rid of him. So, of course, the second bidder, it wasn't Bob, and that's his fighter. It was Eddie. Eddie got the fight done, and he took less money, and they got what they started off to get in the first place. Bob said, I got $1. That's all I'm giving his ass. And that's Bob. So anyway, but let me get back to Budrick. All right. You won, bro. Yeah. He talking about you won, bro. You won, bro. And then when he got knocked down, that was a slip, bro. Bro, that was a slip. Oh, no, it wasn't. You got hit with an overhand right. That's what it was. So, but it is what it is. Now, let me ask you all this question. We've been talking about it, me and BF. We talked about it on the phone and everything about Devin Haney power. Now, he does have knockouts on his record. Yes, he does. Now, he got great movement. He got great feet. Now, one thing about it, does he have enough, like Floyd Mayweather, to keep your ass off of him? That's the thing we have to look at. You see? Does he have enough to keep you off of him? Yes, sir. Knockout Boston 86 TV said, bro, that woman's intuition is real. Yes, I know. I'm supposed to be watching what I eat. My wife called me yesterday when I was at the store, and she said, don't buy no chocolate chip cookie. How she know, bro? I don't know, man. She got a camera in your damn shirt. I don't know, man. When Sweet Tea said that, she just burst my bubble, right? I don't know, knockout, man. She just burst my bubble, man. When she said that, I'm like, man, damn, she spoiled the party. But she was right, though. Yeah, that man really called that a slip. I know, he did. Yeah, man, that's crazy. It was a slip. Yeah, he got slipped, though, right, with that overhand right on his ass. Yeah, he been eating chocolate chip cookies alone, man. Shit. But anyway, damn, that's messed up. Men don't be worried about their weight too much, like women do. What I'm talking about that for. Anyway, let me get back to what I was talking about. Shit, Jamel. Let me. I want to say something about him too. Jamel, he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's crazy as hell. I don't have no problem, with that. I know he is, right? But he's a great fighter, and I like him, and I like what he's doing. He's handling his business, and this is the problem that I have with this rematch clause shit. Jamel did the rematch clause. He got his rematch clause. Why? Because before they went in to fight, of course, the contract was signed, everything, and then he lost to Tony Harrison. He did. And then when he came back, I mean, great fight with the loss. And another thing, they don't need to be fighting on the same card anymore. And I'm glad they're not. I'm glad they kind of split up as they got older, because when Jamal came down after Jamel lost, he couldn't fight. He was distraught. He could not fight. It's like he just lost his best friend. He lost his damn puppy, because when he fought Cobalt, he won, but he made it harder than he should have, because he was thinking about his brother. They share the same DNA, and he's feeling what he's feeling, kind of, so, and they don't need to be fighting on the same card. So, but Jamel was smart enough to know to get a rematch clause. And now what happened? He came back, he won, and he won in great fashion. He won with a knockout. So that's how I always say, hey, it's always good to have a knockout, a rematch clause. What's going on, Sheena? My queen, my love, my grace. All right, how you doing, Sheena? Yes, sir. Yeah, because you lie. Okay, because you like the BBBWs and the good fluffy weight cross your mind. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Now I don't know what y'all talking about, but okay. But anyway, so let's talk about the heavyweight division. Now, the heavyweight division, I'm wondering when Deontay Wilder would come back. If he comes back. That's the thing about it. If he comes back. Now, I'm kind of curious what's next in store for him. We haven't seen in a while. And right now, the heavyweight division is kind of like at a standstill. I mean, sure, you got Usyk over there fighting a war. Well, he want to leave too now. Everybody want to get the hell out of there now, right? And now you got Dylan White. He's going to fight Tyson Fury. And now what I hear is that Dylan White is being a little big baby, right? He don't want to do anything. He don't want to promote the fight. He don't want to do anything. I think he just want to grab that bag and retire. That's what I think, and I think that's what's going to happen. So I mean, 817 is talking about. He said, Dave just got to understand the assignment. Well, yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, you talking about Devin Haney? Yeah. But like I say, and like I told on everything boxing yesterday, you know, keep this in mind. Ask Bill these questions on Monday. Okay, this is part two because he wants to tell y'all, some few things. I don't know, but he want to get some things off his chest. I don't know, but so Monday at 12:30 he'll be here. So I already posted it up there. Um, so you can ask him about it. But he did say he's leaving it up to Devin Haney to make the I say Devin Haney. He said he's gonna leave it up to Deb to pretty much make the decision. So everybody expected. It's not true. They do not have the same contract. All right. Somebody said yesterday that they had the same contract Lomachenko had. No, it's kind of similar, but it's worded differently and it's not the same contract. The money is different. The money is lower than what Devin's going to pay or was going to get, but it's a lot higher than what Lomachenko was going to get. Devin had a belt. Lomachenko didn't have shit but his name and his skin color. I'm just hey, y'all know me. I'm just calling balls and strikes. That's all. So that's what's going on. So now that's what's the hold up. But you gotta, get it together because we talking about June the 5th. So I mean, we almost in April. So he got to know how to train and who to train for and whatever, this and that. So Keggy saying that not sure if this is true, but I heard from someone that Devin Haney might be signing a 3-fight contract with ESPN, Top Rank, which will be Cambosa's 2 fights and 1 fight with Loma. I don't know. I haven't heard that, but I'll find out. But I don't know. I never heard that because Eddie Hearn ain't letting him go. Well, at least he gonna try not to because they're not really signed to Eddie Hearn. But he is playing like as a promoter for Devin Haney. So I don't know. Are they on a contractual thing? I don't know. I don't know that, but I mean, hey, we're gonna have to find all this out. So I'll wait and ask him all them questions Monday. All right. So, but hey, it is what it is. And Ronnie was right. Boxing has started to be a business now. This is what boxing is, and that's why I asked him that question about when he was training Mike Tyson for the Lennox Lewis fight, and the training is a little bit different now. Business has took over boxing now. It used to be it don't make sense and don't make dollars. Now it's I'm crazy, right? Everybody having a nervous breakdown and shit. Everybody having mental problems and shit, right? And besides just saying I don't want to fight or I want to go this direction, just say what you mean and mean what you say. That's all. I mean, it's not that hard. But everybody want to play, this, well, if you rank here and the mandatory here, then you can't fight that fighter, just fuck all that, but business has taken over boxing. Boxing needs to get back to the place it used to be. And no, boxing is not standing there and knocking the hell out of each other. Boxing is called no hit and don't get hit. Well, a lot of people think knockout sells. Well, it does. In some instances, the great Emmanuel Stewart said that yes, knockout sells. It does, but that ain't all a part of the game. All right, it's more to it than that. And that brings me back to Devin Haney. A lot of people saying that hey, he don't have no type of power, but he does have knockouts on his record. So I would say he got some type of power, some kind of respectable power. I mean, you're not gonna sit there in the pocket, with, let's say, a Javante Davis. You'd be crazy to sit there and trying to fight inside, and the no phone booth fighting. No, you be, you crazy. Your bread and butter is where? On the outside. That's what you have to do. Keep that stick out there. Keep that stick in Kelbosa's face. All 12 rounds. Ain't no filling out round. Fill around my ass. All right. When you get to Australia and when you get in that ring, there's no filling out round. No, you can't afford that. Not in somebody else's territory. Yes, you can say, well, Earl did this and Earl did, but Earl was nervous. That's all he was. Because he used to fighting in 30,000 people. Well, it was 200,000 people at that Kell Brook fight. So, of course, you'd be nervous and motherfuckers singing Sweet Caroline and shit, right? And that's, and a little nervous, and people throwing brownies at him and shit. I mean, come on. It was, then he started finding his groove. He was like Stella. He found his groove back, baby, right? And that's what he started commencing, and started, breaking them down. Well, this is what Devin Haney has to do. This is what he have to do. And that's what he's gonna have to do for 12 rounds. It's no room for error. He's gonna have to be perfect. He's gonna have to be perfect all 12 rounds. There's no room for it. It's no room for it. And he's gonna have to make sure that he's spot on. Because I'm gonna tell you, you don't have to get the knockout. But if it's there, you take it. You take it. You take it. And that's what you need to do. Go in there and take it. And like I say, he can beat this young man. He can beat him, and I'm looking forward to him being undisputed. But first things first, get the contract signed, get it done with, and shit, go on and get in training. He stays in the gym anyway. So, I mean, I expect a lot of lateral movement. I expect a lot of ins and outs. I expect a lot of touching here, touch there. Keep touching them, keep touching them, keep touching them. Change angles on, because what I see, George Kambosos is not quick on his feet. So he's an okay fighter, but he's not no hell of a stud, if you want to be honest. So, I mean, it is what it is. I stand there and trade with him. Yeah, well, okay. I stand there and trade with him, Jay Smith said. Well, you don't want to take that chance. Because Devin is not a big puncher. He don't have no Deontay Wilder power, but he might got enough like Floyd to get you off his ass. That's all he has. And you don't want to take that chance. You standing there and y'all going at it. Anybody can get knocked out. Trust me. All you gotta do is land a punch at the right, precise place, and you can get knocked out. There's no doubt about that. So, but 817. All right, my guy. All right, and cut that damn beard off, man. I just mess with you. I know they might not do a rematch for Kambosos. Yeah, but a 3-fight will give them a chance at Lomo versus Dead 1 and 2. Yeah, listen, and you're right. But if Dead, this is hypothetical, all right? Let's get a motherfucking hypothesis going here, right? Now, let's say Devin win and win all the belts. Damn well the WBC or IBF, whoever, they're not going to allow him to keep those belts uncontested. They're going to be throwing mandatories everywhere at him, right? And I don't like to bring race up in my chat. I don't rock like that, because a lot of my good subscribers are Caucasian. But it is what it is. They're not going to let that little young black boy be undisputed very long. So he's going to have to be perfect every time he go out there and fight until he move up, drop the belts and move up. I'm just giving you the facts. I told you I call balls and strikes, and goddamn it, that's a strike. That's what's going to happen. So what's going on, Tay? Salute to you, my sister. So that's what I think. I really believe that. So I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think they're going to harm him. Look, them days with Floyd Mayweather, those days are over with. Yes, Floyd did what he had to do, went undefeated, had this belt, this belt, this belt, this belt. But no, not no more. Not no more. You know, they don't want us to have the belts like that no more. They don't want us to be dominant no more. They're trying to put a cap on that shit, you know. And like Ronnie said, you know, who passed up $45 million unless you just, you know, you don't need it or you scared. You know, come on. Shoot, you know. So it is what it is. Yeah, Smitty. No doubt about it. You know, they don't want shit. Hell no. They don't want to see the kids no damn and you know, Charlo probably forcing Dale to fight for half of what he used to. Yeah. But Elby said a while ago no one else was going to pay him that. Yeah, okay, right. Leonard, that's why I said I don't even know how the hell Leonard Elby know anything. Your ass carried water for Floyd Mayweather for about 15 years. And that's why you in the position you in right now. Shit, you go back and watch the Marty Corey fight. His motherfucking hairline right here. He got hair all the way back there. Worse than Keith Thurman, right? And he was fat. I mean, go back and look at it. That's when he was younger. He wasn't dressing like he's dressing now, you know. So it is what it is, you know. Yep. That's right. Actually, he was the water boy. He came in with the little thing and shit in the water and shit, and he was coming in there toting that shit. You know, he was coming in there. You know, what he was doing, he was firing Floyd up. Yeah, you the champ, man. You the champ. Yeah. You know, so he was a hype man. Put it that way, he was a hype man. You know. So, but you know, so rub Floyd chest in the corner. Yeah, rub Floyd chest in the corner. Yeah, so I mean, it was a good interview, and I think Ronnie. All right, I think because the way he was explaining to me that every fighter has 2 hours. He worked with each fighter for 2 hours. He works on what they need to be working on. He had trainers. All right, too big and too Big Mac, too Big Mac. Okay. So I mean, you know, it is what it is. So, but hey, I appreciate everybody came in today. All right. So I'm gonna get out here early. Well, on 10 minutes. But you know, hopefully, everything go good this weekend, or everybody have a good weekend. And I think everything Boston's coming on next, right after me. And also, keep in mind that we have a fight on the Zone, ESPN, and Showtime this weekend. Then next week it's gonna be kind of slow, but it's still gonna be a fight on. But then after that, oh hell, we got fights all the way to July. All the way to July. April is lit. April is lit. Y'all know what's happening in April, right? You know what's coming down the pipe. You know Valdez is coming down the pipe. You know that him and Shakira Stevenson. You know, you got Earl Spence and your Dennis Ugas. Right? You got that fight coming. You got a lot of fights coming, you know, down the pipe. So, and another thing I want to mention about the interview, I'm glad that he cleared that up. And if for you all that was in here when Ronnie was telling everyone about the Hank McGear debacle, all right, the Hank McGear debacle. Remember that when I was telling you all about Oscar? It's the only one crying about. Uh, he want a promotional, or he want the Zone to take part in this. I don't want to leave my partners out of this. So I'm like, man, listen, leave us out of this shit because it's gonna cost us money, you know. So he held up the fight, but like Ronnie said, and I believe him, and because I never thought about that. I thought about Oscar being Oscar, but Oscar don't have anybody else. Oscar don't have anybody else. Canelo left his ass. He left him with who? Jaime McGear and who? Ryan Garcia. Now, Ryan Garcia, you can't trust his ass as far as you can throw him. You got to make him sign a separate contract and say, you got to pay me X amount of dollars. Because if he don't show up, then I got some insurance. Because that's the type of fighter he is. So that's all Oscar got, Jaime McGear. So if Charlo go in there and beat his ass, Jamal, then the Zone be like, wait a minute, who else you got? Who else you got? Well, I got Ryan Garcia. Who the hell is that? So I mean, it is what it is. So I believe that Oscar is trying to look out for Oscar. That's what it is. Oscar trying to look out for Oscar. What's up, Judah? Judah Bennett is real. My guy. He was one of my first 10 subscribers. Yes, sir. He was one of my first 10 subscribers. And I thank him. I thank him still thinking about me. All right. Good brother. Good brother. Yes, sir. Yeah. So now, okay. Jan said false. He has to submit weight to the WBC. Yes, he did. Right. He just did this week, and he was 175. Yep, that's right. Ronnie alluded to that already. He just said that. Once you go back and watch this, once I upload it, you can see that Ronnie said they just did it this week, and he said Maul gonna make the weight. I thought Maul had a hard time making that weight, but Ronnie said he's on a track of making 160 easily. They 3 months away from that fight, and he's at 175 already. So the WBC has a thing where you have to weigh in, every month, something like that. So, for the WBC to be doing a lot of shit, they still, it's still kind of crooked, But anyway, but still, he's at 175, and he got only just 15 pounds to get away. And in boxing terms, that's not that bad. Okay, that's not that bad. In boxing terms, that's why Earl Spence said, "Hey, look, I can't be wasting my time on losing this weight. I got to stop blowing up so big between fights because I'm spending all my time on this weight loss. When I be working on strategies and things like that. Now, yeah, the IBF is the only one, Zena, that you can rehydrate up past 10 pounds. Rehydrate up past 10 pounds. The only one that does that is the IBF. And they're the only one that make you fight your mandatories. So now, David Hyde, I'm talking about Erison Lubin. Will stop Fondura. Fondura is tall. Fondura has a reach. Now, I can talk about this for a minute, if you don't mind. Fondura is tall and has a reach, but don't use it like he should. He's in the inside, in the pocket. Why are you in a pocket with a reach like that? He like to bang. When he can stay on the outside and pop that stick. Wham, wham, just keep it going. But he likes to go inside and throw uppercuts, shovel jabs, tumble jabs. He like to do that a lot. Now we got to talk about Lubin. Now, Lubin's the type of guy that he's on his way to looking like an Amir Khan. His chin is kind of iffy. Because he ran into some shit Charlo threw, and it wasn't that hard. He threw it. He didn't throw it that hard, and he got like knocked out. He went to sleep. So I don't know. I mean, he's maybe he said he's coming to take the whole division over. I don't see that. Does rehydration do anything? Let me see. T said, does rehydration do anything? All that is filling up a balloon with water. Well, I think that Teach, good brother. I think why the IBF had that rehydration clause in there is for the simple reason where they don't want this guy looking 400 pounds or weighing 400 pounds, whatever, and you down and gain maybe 2. Matter of fact, that happened a while back. A fighter only gained rehydrated up to 2 pounds. The other guy rehydrated up to 10 pounds. Now that's not true as far as it's filling up like a balloon with water. Once you start leaning on a guy, just like Tyson Fury did Deontay Wilder, when you bending your head down, he lean on your back and shit. Referee, come on, stop that shit. And then you get against them ropes. He leaning on you. He leaning on you. Shit, that weight come in handy, baby. I'm telling you. Now, it might not affect your punching power or nothing like that. But when you start leaning on his ass, goddamn, you're like, man, and that gets you tired. And you trying to get them off of you, and that gets you tired. And so I mean, I think that's a good. I think it's a good rule. I do. I don't know about you all. All right, the Boston King. What's going on? The Boston King Archives is in the building. OG, Fondue should be popping that stick and throwing the 1-2. Yep, all day long. That's what he should be doing all day long. He's tall enough. He got a nice reach. You know what? I got to find out what his reach is. Let's see. Deontay Wilder got 83-point-inch reach. So, yeah, he's about wildest. I don't know. I'm going to find that out. All right. My man, knockout boxing, rehydration clauses are BS. Okay. All right. He said, if a fighter makes weight, they make weight. Yeah. Either go back to same day weigh-ins or let it rock. Weight bully. How we put the word bully in boxing. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. 80. Okay. He got an 80-inch reach. Knockout. Okay. Okay. Now, knockout said rehydration clause are bullshit. He said if a fighter makes weight, they make weight. Yes, they do. But then the next day, once you make weight, so you get off that scale, you start eating up shit, right? Like Michael Garcia, we ate pizza and all that other shit. And Elliot reporting, he's sitting right there at the table eating with him and shit, right? I'm like, you motherfucker. But anyway, but still, but knockout. You don't think that it comes in handy when you leaning on them against the ropes and and things like that. You put your weight all against them and weight bullying. I don't think that's weight bullying. You know, I don't think that's weight bullying. People kill me using that word weight bullying. You know, how you can weight bully somebody? Either you make the weight, okay, boom. Now after that, okay, yeah. So, but yeah, 817 saying lean on me if you want to. I'm gonna lose that point and go on a, a body attack. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, because that's what the guys do. They gain that weight. They lean on. Look, Tyson Fury. He said he's going to come in close to 300 pounds against Dylan White. That's big. That's bigger than when he fought Deontay Wilder. He came in on Deontay Wilder at what? On 270 something. So I mean, wow, that's a big. So but hey, knockout said that hey, yeah, it come in handy, OG. If you don't like being leaned on, then do something about it. And you in a fight after all. Well, yeah. I mean, listen, boxing it's the hurting business. I know it, it is what it is. Boxing is a combat sport. Okay. Yes, you're gonna see some blood. Yes, you're gonna see some big ass punches. All right, you're gonna see some broken nose. You're gonna see a broken jaw. That's what you signed up for. This is what you signed up for. Now, if we start, sitting back picking rules and shit, then we at fault. We looking stupid. Well, this is boxing. This ain't goddamn tennis. So I mean, I get it now. You got to understand. Hey, this ain't. Look, we signed up to kick some ass. No, take it or leave it. You know, so I mean, it is what it is. So you know, I mean, shit. But I get what they're saying and IBF, but that's the IBF. So but it is what it is. So. But let me see. Keggy said Crawford signing. Okay, Keggy. All right, Doug Keggy. Why I keep saying Keggy? Crawford signing 2-fight contract with PBC to face Spence and Charlo at 154. Well, that's dumb. All right, because see, this is what I was saying yesterday. Why the hell did the old media or new media, whoever, leave Charlo shit out of this shit right now? First of all, unify the titles first, Earl. Okay, now, once that's over with, okay, Now, Charlo moving up. Charlo said he's finna move up to 160. So, and I know damn well Terrence ain't going up to 160. Budrick barely can make 154. You know, so I mean, going up there 154. As a matter of fact, Jamel would love to piece his ass up. Shit. But like I said yesterday, like I said yesterday, Terrence Crawford, I mean not Terrence Crawford, the old median, they should be asking Earl about that, about fighting Jamel, okay? Because Terrence Crawford always on his monthly, always in diva mode. Anything he hear about that it might not be a fight or somebody might be interrupted, he having a hissy fit. So you can't say certain shit around him because he just explodes. All right, he wear his attitude on his goddamn ass. You know, so sometimes I'm just being honest. He's got that. He got that diva in him. And so Earl got to watch what he say, and these reporters asking stupid ass questions. Don't worry about Earl fighting Jamel. That's not going to happen right now. What we want is Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence. But Terrence Crawford, you know how he is. What do he say? See, I told you that motherfucker won't go fight me. He's something else. I mean, I bet he's the life of the goddamn party, boy. Woo, man. Shit. He said, I don't want to hear about Charlo versus Crawford. Thank you. Crawford versus Taylor or Spence versus Charlo. No. Only thing that needs to be talked about is Spence versus Crawford. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. No, I mean, I don't know why they asking stupid ass questions like that. Well, you think you fight Charlo? That's why I talked about that yesterday. And don't ask him that because you know that Diva Crawford Budrick, as my sister Valciana say, you know how he is. See, I told you. See, Big Mac. I forgot. Oh, Bo Mac. Wow. Yeah, Bo Mac. I told you. See, he didn't want to fight me. He a coward. Why is Earl running from Terrence? You got the Bud fan. Well, why Earl running for Terrence? I heard he fighting Charlo. See, that's how shit gets started. You see, that's how shit gets started. My man Z, I think the plan is to have both Spence and Charlo unify the divisions. Yes, they did. That would be right on time. Earl moves up, then Charlo moves up. So if Castano start playing fucking games, I don't know about 154. They always like to play games. Tony Harrison playing that ankle injury shit. I mean, I don't know. 154, they ain't twist too tight. But anyway, and then meet up at 154 in a mega fight between the 147 undisputed fighter and the 154 undisputed fighter. Yeah, that's a good idea. But, Jamal already said he's moving up. Jamel, I'm sorry. Said he's moving up. Earl said he's moving up. So I don't know. I don't know. Well, all I know is stop asking Earl Spence them questions because Earl Spence, you get him in trouble with Terrence. All right, you get him in trouble with Budrick. Because Budrick would say, "See, I told you. See, I told you. He's not gonna fight. I told you, he's running. He's running." Then you got that crazy ass, what's his name, Bernie the boxer. He gonna go do a video and say, "See, Earl Spence is talking about fighting Charlo." Ain't nobody said that shit, but that's how shit gets started. Be quiet. That's all. That's how I'm telling you. That's how stuff gets started. The next thing you know, ain't nobody said shit about it. Right? Earl Spence already said it came out. I got 2 fights left at 147, and that is with Ugas and Terrence Bud Crawford. That's it. Then I'm moving up. That's it. He did what he had to do, and I would like to see Charlo. Hell, goddamn it, we can have 3 undisputed fights this year. 3. Charlo Castano, Earl Spence, and Bud Crawford, and Devin Haney and George Cambosa. That's what I'm talking about. 147, the glamour division, they call it. Huh? What's up, box fan? Salute to you, brother. And that Chad. Wow. Yes, sir. Much respect to you, my brother. Yes, sir. All right. Oh, man, shit. Let me get out of here. All right. Yes, sir. It become the boxer need to go. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Missed that one. Okay. He said, Bernie the boxer needs to go lay down. So you gotta go lay down. Yeah, dog and shit. Go lay down. Shit. Go lay down. Go lay down, Kurt. Go back, motherfucker, go lay on the bed, put some what they call a knee highs on, and lay across the bed like Punky Brewster or somebody, right? You son of a bitch. Anyway, he said, thanks, OG. Yes, sir. I spoke about that Earl versus Mel. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, later on, if it makes sense, maybe, okay. But like Earl said, it got to make sense. And Earl, like, he didn't want to say that, really, because he know how Terrence is. Terrence, he is like, real itchy. Like, see, I told you he wasn't going to fight me. He wasn't going to fight me. He really want that payday. Because he know, hell, I'm on my own now, right? So, but hey, it is what it is, y'all. I am KQKC Boxing Network. I appreciate everybody today that came in to hear Ronnie Shields spit that fire. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the almighty LDBC, the Lions Den Boxing Community. All right. Yeah, I know, X, you're a big fan of Crawford. Yes, I know. Yes, sir. Crawford's a good fighter. I ain't taking that nothing away from him in the ring. No doubt about it. Now, he blue black. No doubt about it. That motherfucker blue black like a motherfucker. Boy, I never seen nobody that bad. But anyway, he's still a good fighter, and I respect. And I do want to see the fight, and I think that's a great thing. All right. I think that's a great thing for the glamour division, which that's what they call it. And also for boxing. Okay. Like I said, we can have three undefeated fighters, undisputed fighters, this year. If everybody do everything go well, we got this done before December, baby. Yes, sir. Before January the 1st come in here. In 2023, we got, undisputed fighters. And we'll make it so bad, Derrick James gonna have two in his camp. Two in his camp. Man, I'm talking about Dallas stand the fuck up. Dallas standing up. I mean, too bad the Cowboys didn't do nothing. But hell, man, the Boxers are doing something. It's going down in Dallas, baby. Shit. I might take a weekend trip there. Shit. Anybody got any room for me? Anybody got any room for KQKC? I don't take up much room. I just need somewhere to smoke. Just for the weekend. That's all right. Yeah. But anyway, I'm crazy. All right. But anyway, I appreciate everybody. Thank you all for spending your time and your afternoon with me and your lunch with me. All right. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And I thank you for that. All right. And yes, I will be calling fights tomorrow. 2 fights, of course. The one in the morning and one in the afternoon. I mean, night. So I'll be right there. Then Sunday morning, we got Knockout Boxing 86 TV and KQKC Boxing Network. We're going to be right there on Knockout Boxing platform. We're going to talk about all the fights that took place on Saturday and what's going on in the world of boxing news. So be there or be square, baby. All right. So with that, that's all I got. All right. And I thank you all. I appreciate you all. All right. Much respect to everyone. And I hope everyone have a great evening. And thank you. It's always great to talk about boxing all the time. All the time. And listen, watch boxing this Saturday. All right. Because we need more people and more people to put their eyes on boxing now. Boxing is growing. Boxing is coming back. Boxing is lit. Boxing is lit all the way to June. If you want to be honest, it's lit all the way to June. All right. So make sure you go support all the channels. All right. We talking about G5_gay. We are talking about Ashley's Corner. Her and Quique. They doing their thing over there. You got Boxiano and Nikki J. I mean, you got Stormy B Man. You got Knockout Boxing 86 TV. And you got his prediction show tomorrow. I mean tonight. I'm sorry. Friday. I forgot today's Friday. Right. So you don't want to miss that. All right. You don't want to miss that. All right. So yes, sir. So make sure you go subscribe to him. All right. And G5, I mean right side, W_right side. He got his page up and running now. Subscribe to him. Check him out. I heard some good things coming from there. So make sure everybody sub to everybody. All right. Because it's enough boxing talk, especially in the next few months. For everybody and then some. All right. So keep doing y'all thing. So with that, I'm out of here. I greet you with the ancient word of peace. And I thank you, Zena 360. I appreciate you. And I greet you with the ancient word of peace. Assalamu alaikum. And salaikum salam. So with that, I'm out of here. Peace and love to everyone. Coming up next, everything boxing. And I'm out of here. Peace.